Hello everybody, just a quick message from me. Through all of your guys' support, we've managed to hit YouTube Partner. So if you enjoy the content below, why not consider becoming a legend and joining below? Thanks very much everybody. See you in the video. Hello everybody and welcome back to another YouTube video. So it has been 7 months since I last uploaded a Dark and Darker video. Far too long, but we're getting back on the grind. Please do expect a video at least once a week. I will be aiming for more, but we're aiming for one a week now. So we're opening up with a brand new series. On this one, we're going to be covering basically every aspect of Dark and Darker. It's going to be broken up into a lot of mini episodes, as it were. But today, we'll be talking about extracting, PvP, we'll be talking about builds, we'll be talking about money, we'll be talking about survivability, all of the above, broken down to a bunch of different videos. The first one today is we're going to be talking about money. It's not too long ago that the season started. I say that, it's probably about a month or so now, maybe even more, but it's still fairly early days in the doors. So we're going to be talking about money and how to make the most money possible. It is very feasible and very doable to be making 1,000 gold a game. Yep, you heard that right, 1,000 gold a game. It certainly can be done. Now, in the early days, it's a little bit harder because you don't have access to the marketplace, right? So don't expect to be making 1,000 gold a game when you're level 1 because it's just not feasible. Your money is all going to come from attributes and perks that you can get within the game, right? Attributes and perks that you can get within gear in the game, and you want to be looking for certain perks. Now, this is one of the earlier games, so I'm about level 9 or 10 here at the very moment. So at the moment, I do not have access to the marketplace. So what's going to be in your best interest in these very early days, assuming you're level 1 and you're coming into it, right? The best thing for you to do is going to be, number 1, getting, as we've just looted there, chalices, rings, all that are blue, green, purple, you know, maybe even legendary. If you know what you're doing with the Goblin Cave boss, absolutely go about it. Myself, I haven't fought it very much, and the few times that I have fought it, I've just been absolutely rinsed. Although I do know that Warlock is one of the easier ones to do it on. I just sort of haven't given myself the time to actually sort of like push through it. The fastest way of making gold really is going to be killing your Goblin Cave boss, getting good loot from there because you're going to get good rolls. You'll have access to the treasury at the very bottom of the Goblin boss's room, and that's probably what's going to net you the most profit per game. Assuming you're not doing that, you're a newer player, someone that's not going to be going and trying to rinse this boss every single time, not to mention that it's very difficult. You're going to be looking for pieces like this. Now, as you can see, we've got a pair of boots here that are max health, vigor, move speed. Move speed at the moment is probably number 1 for being for money, because everybody needs move speed. Doesn't matter what class you are, what you do, move speed is key. Now, it is a little bit RNG because you need perks really that complement the other ones too, right? Just having something with move speed, you know, if you get, I don't know, let's just say the pair of boots that I got then, right? We got move speed, and then they were, you know, let's say they're only for a fighter class, and then you get magical damage as your second roll on it. Unfortunately, you're not going to get a lot of bang for your buck on pieces like that. But if you roll something that's decent, then that might be your key. Easily those boots, 200-300 gold, absolutely no problem whatsoever. Maybe even more. Move speed, again, I reckon we could probably sell that for about 500. Just off the top of my head, I reckon about 500 gold we can sell those boots for once we're level 15. After that, obviously when you're level 1, don't be too picky. We're trying to get as much gold as possible, as quick as possible. Don't worry about kills, right? Kills are not the most important thing in Dark and Darker, especially early days. All of your money, all of your progression, it all comes from High Roller. Get yourself in normals, get yourself some treasure, get yourself some gold, sort yourself out, get yourself into high roller, and then from there, when you do get a kill, you might kill somebody with an absolutely crazy piece of gear that you can sell easily for 500 gold. This is how you're going to make 1,000 gold per game. Otherwise, again, you are just looking for the right items with the right perks, right? And a lot of jewelry. Now, what is the right piece? What are the right perks, right? That's probably the main question that's on everybody's mind. Well, if you're breaking it down as quick and as simply as possible, if you have a look at your character sheet and you go through your strength, knowledge, agility, you can pretty much figure out from there what's working for what character, right? Agility and dex, rogues are going to be happy with. Knowledge, casters are going to be happy with. Strength, fighters, barbarians are going to be happy with. Anyone that uses melee. So, and obviously that fluctuates a little bit. Maybe strength comes on a piece of gear with magic damage and it's a heavy piece of gear. Okay, so that's a decent piece for a cleric, right? So the less specific you can get, the better, the more gold you're going to get, right? As a warlock, I know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for magical healing, knowledge, and magical damage. They're sort of some of the pieces that I'm looking for, as well as, again, move speed, right? If you are playing warlock, amazing thing that you can do, as you can see now, is you can just hover a little bit in the storm and you can heal within the storm, taking pressure off yourself. You can sort of sit around and extract, loot without too much pressure, and you can get out. If dying is a bit of a problem for you, that's an amazing way of doing it. So we've broken down partially what attributes will give us decent amounts of money, but let's say you're still unsure, right? Because there's a lot of perks in this game. How many times I've seen players sell a ring with, you know, a couple of... magical healing recently has been a little bit nerfed, right? It's not quite as strong as it used to be, but back when I was playing, the amount of times that I'd seen people that would sell magical healing rings with 2 magical healing and maybe vigor, or 2 magical healing knowledge on the ring, and not selling it for a decent price, you know, maybe only selling it for 100 gold, and then being able to just flip it for like 600-700 gold. I've seen it a good few times, to be honest with you. I'm going to give you 3 options now that may potentially help you with being able to identify your piece of gear and how much gold it's going to be worth. So the very first thing is going to be using the marketplace. Obvious, number 1, right? Because you can search on the marketplace, the perks, the piece of gear that you got. You can have a look for what they're selling on the marketplace at that time. And then that is your hint, your clue, your way of identifying what price it is that you should be at, and therefore what you're going to put it up for on the marketplace. A great option. Number 2, now this one I think a few more people may be a little bit more reluctant about. Now Reddit is definitely a good way of doing it also. There are some people that are a little bit salty about people posting on the Reddit asking for prices of certain pieces of gear. Now, I don't have a problem with it. I'm on the Reddit all the time, and I think it's fine, because you're just using the knowledge of people that have been playing this game longer than yourself, right? So there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to upload a piece of gear to Reddit, asking people's advice, what on earth is this piece going for? Can somebody help me price this up? Do it. Use the knowledge, that you've got available to you from other players. My third option to you would be join the Discord. I'm around all the time. I'm not the most knowledgeable of players, but I will certainly help wherever I can. Wherever I can. So if you would like to, guys, feel free to join the Discord below. Okay, that's my little plug over. Now, we've talked about all of the above now, so you get my point. Now, if you're really pedantic and you really are a stickler for making as much money as possible, and assuming you're not a boss goer, now obviously the number one way, apart from pieces of gear with decent perks, which is the one way of making money, that your number one way of making money is that, right? So do learn the attributes and stats that come on pieces of gear, because that is your number one money maker. As soon as you know what you're looking for, money starts coming in faster than you know what to do with. But after that, it's going to be treasure, right? Being pedantic on your treasures. Try not to take cracked treasures, white treasures. Be a bit more picky with your choices. Maybe not so much at the beginning when you're level 1 and you're just starting the season, but certainly as you're getting further in, green treasures, blue treasures, purple treasures, legendary treasures only, right? We're wanting to fill up our inventory with as many high value pieces of treasure as we can. That is the aim of the game. Now, if you are playing a rogue, you're playing a bard, obviously, it's going to be a little bit easier for you to fill up your jewelry. It's going to be a little bit easier for you to get a little bit of loot, but only if you've got the map knowledge. Map knowledge is also another massive part of it. Knowing where the high priority treasure loot is at. The Goblin Caves, now, there is a good few options in Goblin Caves. Obviously, there's the boss option, but there is a good few Lionheart chests roaming around in the Goblin Caves as well, waiting for you to do it. In the mining area down below near the extract, there's a lion chest down there. There's one in the room with all the 4 elevators. There's another Lionheart chest in there. Now, hitting these places, hitting the places with these big chests is going to be key to filling up your inventory with blue and purple and green jewelry. If you notice people with absolutely stacked inventories of it, it's because they've got the map knowledge, right? So if you're playing a rogue, you're playing a bard, use those perks that you've got to be able to actually unlock these chests and fill up your loot faster. Not to mention you're going to get good pieces of gear from it as well, but filling up your jewelry the quickest way possible using those methods, you know, one of the easiest ways of doing it. Now, if you've got lockpicks, it doesn't matter what class you are, crack on. You can always do that. But bards and rogues, they are going to be the superior one. Now, we're closing out the video, guys. We're going to end on a little bit of a fight. I can hear a bit of a ranger around the corner here, so I'm backing up. I do get shot, but I use my Hydra to put some pressure on the ranger. The ranger made a big mistake trying to come back at me. I got tagged by my own bloody Hydra there, which was not ideal, but the ranger's too close to me now. There's no way that he survives that. And after that, that's a nice, quick, easy little kill. Do a little bit of looting. He's got some green treasures for me, so I'm looking at swapping those out. Surgical kit. Any cracked pieces of items I'm trying to get rid of, right? You can see me swapping out my cracked pieces for green pieces. You know, that is what you're going to be doing. Fill your inventory when you get in the game. As you go through the game, start swapping things out, getting rid of this for this, getting rid of that for that. But fill up your inventory, because the one thing you don't want is getting to the end of the game, getting to an extract and having an inventory full of things that isn't worth very much money. So I'm around an extract at this point. We've got a decent kill. We're going to siphon off the Hydra. We're going to wait for the gate to open, and that is going to be another little victory for the old Warlock. So there it is, guys. That has been the video. That has been my, again, it's just a quick breakdown. Feel free to help each other in the comments as well. If I've missed something, or if I've missed perks that are perhaps not worth so much money, let's educate everybody, including myself, down in the comments as well, because again, guys, we're all here to help each other, right? That's the point. That's the point of the channel, to be honest. So, everybody, thank you so much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure. Next time, we're going to be talking about PvP and how we might be able to help get better kills, how we might be able to stop dying so much, how we might be able to navigate the world a little bit better and a little bit safer. Okay, thanks very much everybody for watching. Until then, I will see you in the next video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment below telling me how awesome I am. Thank you very much, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao for now. Bye, 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 everybody. Bye.